What is up, fam? This is Coach Matt with Halleck's Hitting Garage. We're going to talk a little tonight about mental approach and things that we can actually do to raise our percentages before we actually get in the box and then step right into the box. There's actually a variety of different things that we can actually do as a hitter in the game of softball or fast pitch softball or baseball, to actually increase our chances or raise our win percentage to be actually successful. Successful not 100% of the times of actually getting on base, but actually getting to a point where we have good rhythm and timing and we're getting the barrel to the ball and hitting it extremely hard. So what can we do, right? There's a ton of things. HHG, I talk a lot about this with the hitters that I work with. Was very successful when I was a player from a young age all the way through travel, high school, and college, about what my approach was, what was my game plan, what were the things that I could do before even swing the bat to put myself in an advantage. There's a bunch of things we can do, right? So a couple different things that we can do if we have the opportunity. The first and foremost is the biggest thing. It's dependent on your situation when you are warming up or before a game, what your team routine is. But if you have the opportunity to look across the field into the bullpen, if you have access, and actually watch for 30 seconds to 1 minute, watch the other pitcher warming up that's going to be starting the game, even if there's two pitchers. That is an advantage. Any information that you can gain in advance helps and benefits you as an actual hitter, be it that it's just timing. If there's any quirks to them pitching, they start from the stretch, wind up, if they turn, if they break here, they step back, if they're fast pitch. Anything that you can leverage and use as an advantage before you actually get into the box and then set yourself is beneficial and helpful rather than not knowing, right? So that's one thing that you can do. Before game time, warming up, take a look, find out if you can use any of that information. Second thing, depending on where you are in the lineup, right? But as you are sitting on the bench and you're waiting your turn to go on deck, you can watch the pitcher, and especially pitchers that throw against like-sided at-bats as you. So if you are a righty, you can watch both sides, but if you're a righty and you have teammates that are righty, watch the pitcher. See if there's anything that you can pick up or gain an advantage from to actually leverage and use as your approach and your plan of attack before you get into the batter's box. What type of pitches are they throwing? What type of pitches? Fastball, changeup, curve, drop, rise, slider. Are they throwing to batters within the lineup prior to yourself? Location, right? Where are your teammates standing in the box opposed to where you may stand in the box based on the pitcher and what they're throwing. So that is an advantage. You can learn a lot by watching and observing the game in many facets, but especially hitting. Talking to your teammates about their at-bat when they come into the dugout. Any information, intelligence that you can gain from them. Reach out to HHG. I can do a whole segment on questions that you would pose to your teammates so you can gain the answers that you're looking for. I could do a whole segment on this, and I may do that. That's kind of comes from my recruiting background on the proper questions to ask to obtain the information that you're looking for that you can use as an advantage. As you walk out onto the on-deck circle, what are we doing? Right? At this point, we're young. We're 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16 to college, and potentially professional baseball and fast pitch softball. We should be already loose. We shouldn't be using the time, one pitch prior to your at-bat, 5 pitches, 6 pitches, whatever, to loosen ourselves up. 95% of your time spent on the on-deck circle, if you watch professional hitters, collegiate, softball, baseball, it is about timing. That's all it is. Getting rhythm and timing to that pitcher, because it gives you the closest proximity to view the actual at-bat before you to actually get your timing down. That's what most of your on-deck time should be. Then when you're ready to walk up, you should take maybe 1 to 2 good hard dry swings to kind of click your muscles and drive them in a very, very fast and speed game time situation, because that's what you're going to be firing when you swing the bat, is maximum percent, 100%, even when you have 2 strikes on you. When we walk up to the batter's box, confidence, positivity, previous at-bats go away. All we're focusing on is all the information that we've attained and what our plan of attack is as far as targeting and driving the ball to the 4 gaps of the field that we want to do within this at-bat. Right fielder to right field foul line, left fielder to left field foul line, and then our left center and right center gaps. Where do we want to put those balls within those 4 gaps to put ourselves in a position to be in scoring position for our teammates? That is the biggest thing. What do we want to do walking up other than our mental approach? Every walk-up should be the same. A routine, get yourself in a comfortable, relaxed state, because you do it so frequently that you're not thinking about something. All you can control is what's in your mind and your breathing to lower your heart rate and relax your body. That's all we're trying to do when we walk up to the plate, is to be extremely confident, walk into the batter's box, and now we're in the actual spot that we can control as a batter. Nobody else is allowed in here. It's just our spot. It's 6'4" in baseball, it's 3'7" in softball. We can control this. Baseball and softball are very odd games. It's the only game that you have the ball and you're actually considered on defense, which is weird, right? And a lot of people think negatively when they hit or going into the actual batter's box or leading in, because they didn't have a plan or they didn't try to use anything to leverage it as an advantage leading in. They're just kind of stepping in there and they're like, oh my God, hope I don't strike out, or this pitcher throws too hard, or please don't let it hit me, or that last freaking at bat, that was horrible, I hope I don't do that. Game over, right? We can control this space. We can ask for time to get ourselves comfortable once we are in the box, and then we can place ourselves wherever we would like, based on the situation and information that we have. If the pitcher is throwing the ball down, if the pitcher is throwing a lot of off-speed pitches, if the pitcher is throwing a little bit slower than we are accustomed to, we have the ability to control that action and move ourselves closer to cut down the distance, to get out front of the ball a little bit more. A lot of people don't realize, because of geometry, if we are closer to the pitcher, we actually make the field bigger, even though the lines don't change. If we go to the back of the batter's box, we make the field smaller, because now we're further away in contact. So, a lot of things crazy, I know, but things that you can use to your advantage. We ask for time. Once we get to the spot that we feel most comfortable in, then we have another routine. What do we do to get ourselves comfortable and relaxed, to get set? To get to that set position that we are now ready to be within rhythm and attack the ball. Everything leading up that you've done to that time, if you have a game plan and you have an approach, you raise your chances and your percentage of win rate goes up of getting on base as a single, base on balls, most importantly doubles and triples. We want to put ourselves in scoring position with one swing. Anything that you can gain an advantage from, obviously your approach mentally and then what you actually did visually leading up to that plate appearance. But love talking about this type of stuff. I am big, and we're keen on it at Halleck's Hitting Garage. So send us an email if you have questions. Fire us a text message, DM, PM. We can talk a little bit more. I could talk for hours for this, but have a good evening. If you guys have anything, let us know. Bye.